Hey guys, welcome back to the Sideboard channel. We have a deck profile for you today, and apologies for not appearing in the video as it is midnight right now. I am so exhausted, but I am also really excited. If you have been watching Richmond Invitational over the weekend, you would have known that the finals was Broly Hydro Mastery deck by Eric Hill against the Towa deck by Neil Hilario. For this video, not only we are having the second place deck profile, the Towa deck profile, we have Neil here in person to talk about the deck. So we are in for a treat. So Neil, want to say hi to the viewers?
What's up, guys? How are we all doing? Just like I said, Neil from Team Dabbers. I did play the Towa deck over the weekend, and it was a lot of fun, but it was really hard. But we almost got there, but second place ain't bad.
Oh, it ain't bad, and thanks for bringing the Towa deck there. I was really having a blast just watching your stream. So I was like, oh my god, especially when you were up against Eric Hill, you were close when it comes to the first game. And I was like, I was messaging my guys who were saying, hey, Towa, it's gonna win.
Yeah, I mean, you live and you learn. I was like, there was one key thing that I did wrong that I honestly had the ability to win the game, like taking nothing away from Eric's win. But yeah. I had the opportunity and I didn't see what he was doing, and it just worked out in his favor. But you know, there's always next time.
I mean, you win some, you lose some, and in my opinion, taking a deck like that, bring all the way up to top 4. You are already a winner. I mean, that's like really frankly from me, because you could have taken an easy way out and get this meta deck, but you played something that was really interesting. And of course, Towa was always there, but I think nobody brought it up to that level yet. So it was really interesting for me.
See, it's really funny that you say that, because in my opinion, I feel like Towa is actually the best deck in the format, because it just has all the tools and just what's in the meta. It just has most of the tools in order to just beat everything else out if you can play that ability. And that's one of the things that you have when you're playing Towa.
Yeah, that is why I prepared some questions I would like to ask you, like how do you handle this, the different decks that are in the format right now. But let's get the first big question out of the way, right?
Sure. Can
Towa be played without Vegeta Time Regulator?
Yes and no.
Okay.
So Vegeta is really good because you're able to manipulate the deck and you're able to put your pieces back. You don't necessarily need 4 to play the deck. Like, you can get away with playing either 2 or 3. But there are some games that I just didn't even see him, and it just didn't even matter because of how oppressive like other stuff in the deck is, like the Mirror Chain is.
Mm-hmm. But he's pretty good to have it in the deck, right? Because I just saw
really good to have in the deck.
Shift putting in, and the people in the stream, I think one guy, he always said that he wants to talk to you after the game, and it was Peter Katani, and he was like putting you're putting the Mira creator absorb back into the deck so that you get to set him off.
Right, and that is an important aspect of the deck. Like I said, sometimes you don't always need it. That's why you have the different mirrors, but it's important, but it's not the end all be all. Is essentially how I can explain it.
Okay, but it's rather important.
Sure.
All right, so let's talk about okay, let's not talk about the strength of Towa. I think we know the strength of Towa, the ability to take away a keyword during battle once per turn. That is an extremely strong ability. Like
that is really strong. Another big strength of Towa that people don't normally see is the fact that it's a black leader. And that's one of the reasons why I took this deck in the first place, is black leader doesn't have any hate cards. You have cards like
okay.
You have cards like TN, and then you have cards like Haru Haru that specifically say you need this color leader. There's nothing like that for black leaders right now. So that was one of the reasons why I thought that it was a really strong choice to play.
Oh, interesting. I did not see that. For me, I am a Demigra player. I love
Demigra.
Demigra is so awesome
It was
I
so much fun.
Yeah, it was so much fun. Of course, I don't think I can play it like a level like you guys do, but in my locals, I was enjoying myself just with the Migra itself. But interesting point. Interesting point. All right, so maybe let's talk about some of your card choices. All right.
Sure.
One of the things that baffles me is the Dark Absorption Mira over Mira Self Reformation. So when do you play Dark Absorption and when do you play Self Reformation?
It really depends. See, 9 times out of 10, I will play Self Reformation because it has Deflect natively. You get to swing with it first. It has Double Strike. But there are just some times in which you just don't have any 7-drop Miras left in the deck, and there's no way to put them back in the deck, or for whatever reason. So you rely on Dark Absorption. It's also a card you play with Overwhelm. Sometimes you need to just proc the Overwhelm in order to put cards back in the deck, or what have you. But I did not. There was no case in which I ever wanted to put less Dark Absorptions because my teammate who took this deck, Isaiah, he was the guy that got 8th place in Columbus. Mm-hmm. He played 2, and we collabed with the deck together. But we were explaining just like, yeah, sometimes you just needed more Miras, and I was just like, all right, we played in more Miras.
Yeah, I remember your first game against the Janimba player. There was 3 Miras on the board.
Yes,
it was like that. I was like, oh my god.
Like it didn't look so good like at the start of the game when I got Mafubud, but later on in the game I just used that to my advantage. I put 2 7-drops back in the deck so that I could set up for that big turn.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was really amazing. Okay, I've been trying to play around with Towa for quite some time, right? So I have some questions, which is when do you awaken? Because her awaken, it's not 4 less life, right? Her awaken is when you have 10 or more cards. So when do you awaken?
9 times out of 10, I try to awaken on my turn 4.
That's when you play the mirror so that you can untap that 1 energy.
Exactly. So on turn 4, you most likely have 10 cards in Warp because you'll be overwhelming every turn anyway. You play out your Mira, you awaken, you untap 1, you keep that open for either negate or for Towa ability to negate a keyword skill.
Okay. When do you play Time Regulator then? Let's say you have it in your hands, right? You have it in your starting hand. You have 1 Time Regulator. Mm-hmm. Is it advisable to play it already on turn 2? Because for me, while I'm play testing it, one of the issues that I'm facing is it's really hard to get the 10 cards into the warp with Time Regulator on board.
Right. Yes. Depending on it, like I said, like the skill cap for Towa is pretty high, so it's literally matchup dependent. It's depending on the matchup. I'll play it on turn 2. Sometimes I play it on turn 3. Sometimes I have to delay my mirror turn and I play it on turn 4. But usually, I'll just try to either play it turn 2, turn 3. It doesn't delay the awaken that much because we're still overwhelming. By turn 4, you'll most likely get 10 cards anyway.
Mm-hmm. True.
And that's also where minus Killy Zone comes in, because honestly, most of the time I use minus Killy Zone to just get a free draw and to put more cards in the drop so that I can awaken.
Yep. Which is really, really interesting, because we really need, even to play that 5-drop Mira, the self-reformation, you need 10 cards so that you get it to pop off at 4 energy, right?
Exactly.
And then Towa also needs the 10 card. However, for some reasons, like when I'm trying, maybe a question there, any matchup that you are playing against kind of needs you to awaken faster. Janimba?
Not Janimba. If there was anyone that I wanted to awaken faster, it would probably be the Shenron Gogeta matchup.
Okay.
The playstyle for that is a lot different than most other decks. Any other matchup, I'm not going to attack you. I'm never going to attack you. Like the whole point of the deck is to rip cards out of their hand, warp cards out of their hand, and get rid of all your advantage. When you're up against a Shenron deck and they either have Gogeta or Victor Strike staring at you in the face, you need to awaken and you need to attack as much as possible and get rid of all their life.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, then this is maybe a segue to the next question, right? In the finals and semifinals, I noticed that you were defending yourself really rather early in the game, but you are kind of in the expense of your hand size, right? Okay, so maybe what could you tell us? What were you thinking at that point of time when you're doing that? Because it seems counterintuitive to do that.
Yes and no. Sure, because I'm comboing a lot more on the early game. It may seem like I'm diminishing my hand size, but I'm pretty much saving myself for the later game. Again, it's matchup dependent. You're going up against HOM. HOM is dual attack, triple strike. So if you get down to 3, it's kind of lights out because we cannot combo that with no energy, you know? So I usually what I'll end up doing is I'll play the one drop. I'll play one of my one drops, draw, and that's going to be one of my combo powers. And I'll try to stave off any of the little attacks. Like if I'm on the front side and I get hit with something that's 15k, I'll usually just take that and I'll use the combo power on the leader swing, which is only going to be 10. So it's like instances like that. It's like micromanaging how you combo and how you try to stave your life, because you don't awaken at 4, you awaken by having 10 warp. So if I'm awakened and I have 7 life left, it's really hard for the opponent to kill me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I got you. Then the next question, right? Maybe let's go straight into how, like, advice for Towa players right out there against the different meta decks that we have right now. So how would you play against the first one, Skillless Goku, the blue variant?
Well, against Skillless Goku, and honestly, the advice goes to all forms of the Skillless Goku. That's actually your best matchup. If everything goes right, you should be able to stomp them every single time. And the way you do that is by using your Towas.
Okay. Which one? The Umbro or the Time Ruler?
It doesn't matter. Because what ends up happening is turn 1, Skillless is going to play a 1-drop Goku, right?
Mm-hmm.
You play Towa, you steal it. They have to rely on the one ball in their hands, and it's kind of hard to do that. And then the next turn, they're either going to try to play another 1-drop Goku, or they're going to play Krillin. And then you stave off the Krillin with the Supreme Kai of Time, and then you play another Towa and you steal their Vanilla. So now you have a Goku and you have a Vanilla, and they're just sitting there like, I can't do anything.
I remember when you were playing against Eric, you were waiting for him to play that 2-drop swap, and then you played the Supreme Kai of Time, and that was a really good play. So you definitely know what you're doing, and you were just waiting and waiting when you swap up the 2-drop and then your Supreme Kai of Time. That was such a great play. I just want you to know. We saw that and it was like, whoa, that was good. That was good.
That Supreme Kai of Time is really good, and it's one of the reasons that it helps out a lot against Kid Q too.
Yeah, I thought that it was good, but while I was playing when the anniversary box did not come out for quite some time, still relatively new. During playtesting, I didn't think that it was good, but after this weekend, I'm kind of convinced that this is a good card. You really need to know what to play, right? That
is a really good card, and it's funny that you mentioned like Skillless and Gogeta. I already knew that I'm not going to see a single Gogeta in any of these Skillless decks. And I was like, they're all going to rely on Krillin, and they're all going to rely on just low to the grounds and just try to beat everyone's face in. And it, like I said, it's knowledge of the matchup. Like the more that you know the matchups, the better you're prepared with dealing it with Towa. It's not a deck that you can just pick up and play. I had to lose a lot of games really, really quickly to learn, all right, this is how I play this matchup, this is how I play this matchup, and also just navigating the deck, making sure that, oh, I have to awaken, so I have to make sure I have this card in the drop, and oh, I need a Towa in the warp, so I need to make sure I combo this and I don't charge this, and it's just a lot of little micromanaging things that you need to worry about.
Yeah, but it's definitely a very high skill cap, but I would compare
very
it
rewarding
to a little bit like Demigra, because Demigra you kind of need to know how much cards do you have in a warp, how much cards you can bring it back so that your super combos it was online. It took me really quite some time to really know how to play the deck properly. But while play testing this one, it's even worse. I was like, oh my god,
because like, I mean, with Demigra, you play all your dudes and you just swing and you're just like, all right, cool, I attack at everything, and now you can't attack anything of mine because they all just go away. So there you go.
Yeah. But this one, while I was playtesting it, there was time where I just want to go to create a Zod Mirror, and then I saw, oh my god, I do not have a Towa in my warp area.
Right.
There was...
and that's what I mean. Like, you have to just keep practicing, and you'll get the flow down. Like, it's really all about flows. Like, okay, play the Vegeta, put these put the 7-drop and anything else back in the deck, shuffle, play the Toki, shuffle your deck. That's actually one of my favorite combos in the entire deck. It just baffles me that you can just do that, just putting stuff to the bottom of the deck, use Toki, shuffle. I'm gonna use 7 super combos this game.
Do you feel a little bit dirty that I tried to read like several times when it comes to Vegeta, right? I just couldn't believe I can put super combos back into the deck and then shuffle it. I just don't believe it.
I mean, that's the main reason why I gravitated towards Demigra specifically, because I was able to do that, and doing that in Towa feels really, really good too.
Yeah. Right. What about the green Broly, the starter Broly?
Again, it's the same situation. For that matchup, you hard mulligan for a Towa. They're gonna play their 1-drop Broly. They're gonna take 2 life. You're gonna steal the 1-drop Broly, and then they go, oh crap, I can't just play another 1-drop Broly. Because when you think about it, like, and usually the Broly player is only gonna have 3 1-drop Brolys in their deck, and they're not even gonna keep one in the opening hands because they could just search it with leader effect. So you use that to your advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Once you steal the 1-drop Broly, the game just snowballs from there.
Yep, and just for the viewers, if you know the effect for this Towa, it is ruled that if the 1-drop is being stolen, it's not considered their skill, it's considered your skill, so that your opponent cannot activate the 4-drop on top of it. They cannot do that.
Right. So it's ruled that when you steal a battle card, you are the master of the skill, so the skill is yours. So when you eventually get rid of it, I mean, you don't have you're not a green leader, but you can activate the skill, but that's irrelevant at that point. The important thing is they cannot use the effect anymore.
Yep. All right. Okay. So, what do you think about putting in the 0-cost Demigra that could pop off something that is 30k? Would that be relevant?
The 0-cost that can the Wizard League control, the combo card.
Yeah.
I felt really hit or miss about that card in general, because when Broly started to become really popular, everybody was like, oh, we just put this card instead. But then something started to happen in which the Broly player adapted, and they just started to play their stuff on the later turns, so that card becomes dead anyway.
Yeah, so because they need 3 or more. If they have 4 energy, if
they have 4 energy, then the card doesn't work anymore. So I've been back and forth on that card to begin with. So I mean, it's up to you whether you want to play it. I personally don't like it. Like, usually when I have picked my card choices, I want to make sure, all right, this is going to be good in pretty much every situation. So, and honestly, in this deck, it's not really needed because you have all the removal that you need. between Towa's stealing stuff and you can play Dark Banisher Foods and warping it, like it doesn't really matter.
Mhm.
A lot of
I saw that you play 3 copies of Dark Banisher Fool. So instead, but you side up Marseille. So, which is true, like what you said, that this you actually have more tools to take care of vanilla Goku than a Dimensional Fool. It's better for the bigger drops just to take them out.
Right, and the main reason that Dimensional Fu is in the main is because you can search it off the leader skill, so that's just more targets.
Oh yeah, true.
One of the things that I wanted to make sure was I had enough mirrors and Towas so that I would see it pretty much every single time. Throughout the whole weekend, I whiffed on the leader skill once.
Whoa. Okay.
And that's because I was like, I have to make these concessions. I can't have Mass Saiyan in the main because I want to be able to make sure that I hit like I get the draw, because it's kind of rough when hit hit after hit you just don't get a draw because you're not going to draw anything on the backside. You know.
Yep. I totally agree with you, and not just for the sake of agreeing with you, because playtesting while I was using other decks, I whiff a couple of times and then I start to take out my Marseille and also to put in full, because I don't want that. I'm really not going to get the card draw. I really want to maximize the card draw.
Exactly.
In the front. Yep. All right. Maybe another question. What about Janemba?
Keep every single Vegeta you ever see and you play it. And it's kind of weird because I didn't take that advice. But yeah, it's like Vegeta is the key to winning that matchup. Play all your Vegetas and you just keep all your overwhelms, and yeah.
Okay, and maybe one thing about Vegeta, it's one or up to 2 cards, right? So you could pick 1 card at the start if you just want to maintain your 10 you want to reach the 10 cards in the warp. Is that a good advice to give to the viewers at the start?
Not necessarily. Like, yes, the option is good, but I usually always put 2 cards in because you run out of deck really fast when you're bursting 3 every turn. So it's just having the options of it's all about having the options. It's like making sure that I milled away all these combo pieces, that we need to put them all back in the deck. So you can put just 1 card, but then like in the Janemba matchup, like that doesn't do anything for you because you're putting 2 back and you're drawing 1.
Yep. So you want to put everything back.
Yeah, it's just more options.
Yep. And time regulator stacks, right? So if you have 2 on board, it's 4 and draw 2.
Exactly.
All right. And how would you play against? I'm sorry to ask you this, but
no, you're fine.
Haido Mastery.
No, it's fine. It's actually really funny because Haido Mastery is supposed to be a good matchup for you too.
I saw how you played it. You took away the barrier. You steal all this path of greatness. That was great. Yeah.
Yeah. My first matchup was against Chris Sock, and he was playing the same decks like Haido Mastery, and I was able to win that 2-0 because I was just in the zone and making sure that I did exactly what I needed to do. Being on stream, made me a little nervous, so I wasn't playing to the best that I could, but that's okay.
Yeah, we know because there's you cannot get to top 4 if you're playing bad. But it's definitely you're on stream. People are watching. Like Peter Katani was shouting.
Thing is like I was so afraid that the stream was going to be so savage the moment I made a mistake, to the point where I made a mistake because I kept worrying about it. So.
Yep, but but the people who were doing the commenters, they were pretty good. They were just saying that you were playing good. It's just that stream jitters. It might be your first time on the stream, and then I think everybody would have some nervousness when you're there. They were just explaining that. All right. So when it comes to height, maybe let me summarize this. When it comes to height of mastery, you could remove barrier from your target would be Path of Greatness. You could remove barrier with Towa skill, and
Yes.
then steal it with your Umbro Invitation Towa.
Right.
Or-
You can either steal it or you can just warp it with Dimensional Banisher Fu.
Yeah,
Another
true.
thing that you can do, which was the big mistake that I did, was when he attacked me,
The swap.
you can use it to negate swap.
Yeah.
And the main reason that I didn't do it was because I was entirely convinced that there was absolutely no way. It's like, all right, he played the path. There's no way that you can get to 4 energy. I don't have to worry about swap. It just flew my mind that I'd never considered that he was gonna use the Broly effect to untap 1 energy to get to 4. I just didn't think about it.
Yeah.
But that's another thing that you can do.
Yep. But I mean this type of things does happen. So that's that. All right. Maybe another question. This is how would you play against Shenron Gogeta?
Shenron Gogeta is never going to attack you, so I guess the easiest way to put it is Shenron Gogeta is the only matchup in which you're not going to sit there and never attack. You change up the game plan. You attack with every single thing that you can. You early summon all your double strikes to try to chip away as much damage as you can, and you just don't worry about anything else. Because the main thing with Shenron Gogeta is that their main attackers are going to be obviously the Gogeta 7 and at all cost Vegeta. And in order for them to play them to the fullest, like in order to play Gogeta 7, they have to take a life.
Yes.
In order for at all cost to get his triple strike, they have to take 2 life.
Yep.
So that is the main matchup which you have to aggro them down to limit their options. I faced 2 Shinjitas, and that was basically what I did. It was like you aggro them down, you limit their options so that they have to play Shenron Gogeta, and then when they do that, they're going to use their wish. They're going to swing with Gogeta with triple strike and crit, and you just go leader skill, negate triple strike.
Oh yeah, true. I forgot about that. Like I'm under no pressure having a discussion with you. I even forgot. I even forgot that the leader can do it.
Yeah,
true.
And that's the thing. So and because they're never gonna attack you before that, you're just gonna sit there. They're just gonna sit there and be like, oh, well, now you're at 7. I attack you 2 more times, you're at 5, or I attack one of your battle cards, and then I'm even more screwed because you're gonna be 10k on the back. So. Yeah. So that's the main thing. So you just have to make sure that you're prepared for that. I mean, yeah, you're gonna lose all your cards, but you just have to go with it.
Yep.
That's the one matchup in which you don't care about trying to discard their hands because they're Shinra. They're gonna have it big anyway, so you can't even go with that game plan at all.
Mm-hmm. All right. What about hand destruction decks like Slug?
Slug specifically?
Or anything that destroys your hand like very fast. I think in this format, I think we are talking about Slug, right?
Sure. If we're talking about Slug, I mean, they kind of do the same thing that we do, so we just got to do it better.
Yep. Like see who's faster.
Yeah, see who's faster. The big advantage with that is you have Toki Toki, and Toki Toki gives you access to Kami. So when they do their play of summoning Slug and then summoning the AOD into the Angela, they're gonna have a full board. So you just bite the bullet, Toki Toki, grab Kami, or even like Power Burst into Kami, and just use the effect, make them start from scratch. Hand destruction hurts them as much as it hurts you. So, I mean, just use your leader skill, negate crit as much as you can. It's a war of attrition at that point.
Yeah.
but you have the upper hand.
Okay. One last question. On the hindsight, after the whole entire weekend, what would you change about the deck?
Honestly, I wouldn't change anything with the deck. Me and Isaiah have been working on this deck for pretty much as soon as the anniversary box was spoiled, and it's in a really, really good place right now. But the problem is I have to change the deck.
Yeah, because minus Kill Zone.
Yeah, minus Killy Zone is gone, and also Cronoa.
You're not gonna play that.
Function. Yeah.
But it opens up more things for you to do, right? Because
it does open some more things to do. The Cronoas will most likely be switched out with the new Supreme Kai, the draw card blocker.
So the ones that you play the card and you draw a card.
It's a new set 7 card.
It's the blocker, right? It has zero combo cost, zero combo power.
Yes. Because it's a 3K, so it's a Toki target. You play your draw card,
right.
and it's blocker, so you don't even care that it doesn't have combo power because it's essentially a negate. And as for the Achilles, I haven't really decided, but I think it's gonna be either the new Overrealm Trunks or the new Overrealm Xenogoku, but I haven't really decided yet. I have to test it. I mean, but if all else fails, you can just add either more 1-drops or more Foos or Miras, what have you.
Yeah, put something from the sideboard or like a overpower seeing time into
it.
And you did quite savage when your opponent doesn't really have a lot of cards. You drop the Dark Banish at full.
Right.
It was like GG, and then you just swing with a leader. Okay, GG, it's finished like that.
Honestly, the most savage play I did was probably against Travis, who was playing. He was the top 16 Pan player. He's an amazing player, but there was just one play that I did that I had to bait his negate out, and it just worked out really, really well. He aggroed me down to 1 life, and he was sitting at 3 life and 1 mana open.
Okay.
And so I'm sitting there, I'm just like, all right, I have to win this turn, otherwise I'm dead. So, and I had no 7-drop Miras back left in the deck. So what I did was I used Dark Absorption Mira. I played him out. I triggered Vegeta. I put a 7-drop back in the deck. And then I swung with the Vegeta, trying to bait out his "Is that all you got?" knowing that he's gonna want to kill my Dark Absorption Mira. And the moment he did that, the crowd was like, "No, don't do that!" And I was just like, "No, I got this." So then, after that point, I played Mira Self-Reformation. I used Leader Effect. I gave it crit. I swung with it. I comboed my entire hand, and he was like, "Yeah, it's gone." And so then he was at 1 life, tapped out, summoned Mira, ripped 3 cards, and it was over from there.
Ooh.
But it was like I either did that or I lose.
Yeah, but it's amazing. It's amazing. It's really amazing though to hear that okay, you went for it. Yeah, and you give him a target that he really wants to take it out, because if he doesn't want to take out your Dark Absorption Mira, he has the perfect opportunity to take out your Vegeta and Dark Absorption Mira. Right, but so you bait him, he took the bait, and then hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah. I mean, it was a fantastic game. It was like really, really back and forth, but and phenomenal player too. He's best pan player in the game.
Yeah, I hate to go up against like a Chain Attack Xeno. It's really messed up my play so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I understand why is it required though. It's pretty good, and somewhat I think it's kind of balanced.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right, great. Any things you want to say to the viewers before we end the video? It's a rather long one.
It's okay. If you want to pick up Towa, it's really fun. Just practice, and learn all your matchups. And just want to give a quick shout out to Team Dabbers for helping me out, making sure that I can go to all my events, and all my teammates, Isaiah for helping me with the deck, Kyle, Nam, Sam, all great guys, like putting us through the gauntlet, and just had a lot of fun.
Yeah. And for me personally, I want to thank you for coming up to the channel and give your views and your thoughts about how to pilot the Towa deck, and also for giving us such a great semifinals and finals. I really personally, I had a blast watching it. It was great.
Thank you for having me, and I'm glad you enjoyed it, even though I was really nervous on it.
Yeah, we know that you were nervous, but it was still great. It was really it was very enjoyable. It was exciting. Yep. All right, guys. So thank you. I know it's a long video. If you're still there with us, if you want to say hi to Neil, how can they contact you? Is there a way that they can contact you?
Mainly through Facebook, just Neil Hilario. You can also try to reach me through Team Dabbers.
All right. And if you would like to contact me, put down a comment in the comment section. And for personal messages, follow me on the Instagram link. It's in the description of the video. Follow me and send me a private message from there. All right. If not, guys, thank you for your time. And thank you, Nails, for the video. It was really great. And guys, see you guys in the next video. All right. Ciao, guys. Bye.